Hey guys, how are you all doing? Get some light going here by the fire. Well, I'm out here tonight in the backyard testing out a canvas plow point that I'm putting together. Um, there you go. Now you can start to see me. I just, yeah, the pine is kicking in. Just wanted to try it out tonight. It's going to get kind of chilly tonight. It's mid 30s right now. Um, going to be up into the upper 20s, middle 20s, or something like that. Well, I've got too much wood on the fire now. But yeah, here's a quick look around my little plow point. It's one way to set it up. Good. Um, Good little setup. Having some people on Facebook message me too. Never done this before. Never done a live video stream before. So everything's just raw. Hey Nathan, how are you doing? Great here. Good to see you. I'm laying on a tick bed. Tonight I sewed up a older wool blanket that I have, and I did not stuff it full of leaves. I have it stuffed with a few other things. It's comforters and stuff, so it's kind of cheating a little bit. But I've got a couple wool blankets that I'm going to wrap up in. I've got my wool cover shirt that I made last year. It has been serving me extremely well. My head is getting kind of hot. That fire's too crazy. I may have that too close inside my tent. Hopefully it dies down pretty quick. You never know what's going to happen when you go live. Yeah, that thing's a roaring inferno right now. A couple seconds ago it was dark as can be. But I thought I'd try going live and see who all showed up. Nathan, I know that you're here, and I just want to tell you that I love your fire still. I've never had one like it. I've never had to buy any other. I probably will never have to buy another one in my life. I've got that pine in here. I'm getting a lot of soot on the top up here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about carbon monoxide because the front of my tent, this is just a plow point, so you can see it's all open. So I don't think I should have to worry about carbon monoxide because I'm laying down on the ground. It's all open. This is going to die down in just a little bit. Never heard of anybody having trouble with. Sorry that I'm going just kind of going spastic on everybody with my camera work. I'm just holding it while I'm laying here. Um, so what's weather like for you out there? I just is coming out to see the fire. Um, I just heard him shut the door. I call this my testing grounds. It's out in my backyard, so try something out here where if something goes wrong, I can hot and windy. Well, it's a little bit breezy here, but it's not by no means hot. Um, yeah, the fire's dying down. That pine just wants to burn up real quick. So, yeah, I'm losing light. I want to go turn on a candle, a little lantern here. Oh, I wish I was in the woods. Next weekend, I will be in the woods down by a lake here in Kansas. But there we go. Trying to prop you up here, guys, or Nathan. I don't know if it's going to work. It's probably not going to work. But anyhow, I wish I was in the woods. This is really just my backyard, so it's quiet most of the time. Used to be dogs in the neighborhood, but they don't seem to be as crazy anymore. So, but my fire, that pine just, I've got some pine pieces that, I don't know if you can see, there you go, that some people gave us, they thought it would be good fire starters. It does fire it up pretty quick. Got a lot of leaves down on the ground. I put a metal plate underneath my firebox to keep it from getting too hot getting directly in contact with a lot of leaves and drying them out and burning them up. Let's throw okay, the dogs. Okay, I lost your comment there, buddy. Like I said, I'm new to this, so all messages. Looking at some of the that's the settings. That doesn't help me. Oh, there you are. Let's see. The dogs are tired with age. They don't bark like they used to. Well, no, you're right. So, have you been able to get out in the woods, Nathan? Or I always enjoy seeing your videos and your different things that you do. I really like the blacksmithing videos that you've been doing. I'm trying to work my way into getting into some of that stuff, but been trying to do stuff with teaching the kids and different classes. I think in the future, one of the things I need to do for this is definitely plan it better to go live. I really do appreciate Nathan, you coming by when you saw me. So what should we talk about? What do you talk about on these things, the firesides? Basically what I've done on my lean-to here is today I went over to Harbor Freight and I bought some clothesline. Yeah, get back when it cools off, I can imagine. We have a variety of temperatures here, but the lean-to, the plow point that I did today. Good evening, Kyle. Good to see you. Um, if you I'll throw a few more pieces of wood on the fire here. See if I can't get it flared up for anybody. So it doesn't flare up too much. I'm going to put a little bit on. But went to Harbor Freight, picked up some clothesline, some a 9x12 tarp, and then what else did I pick up? I picked up some grommets, but I don't think I'm going to use them in the to make my tie out. So you did the little knot, you tie the knot, you stick a rock in the where you want your tie out, and then you just do a lark's head over the top of it, make a little loop. Let me, now that things are going, I'm going to take you a little bit of a tour around it, see if we can do this. A little Coleman lantern here. It's about 6:30 here tonight, 6:45 or so. I was going to be camping tonight, but started to feel poor. So hey, man, I hope you feel better. You can see the little button rock to the cordage. And then in the middle, I pulled up the same thing up to a long staff that I've got. Had this staff for a few years. It's a willow sapling, a river willow, come down to a stake back here. Oh, my fire's picking up. So you can kind of see, well, I can see, but I don't know if you can. The way it is, let's see, my fire is pretty much out towards the end of my plow point. There's plenty of ventilation in through there. It's coming out, all the smoke's coming out the top, up towards here. Hey, it's a good deal. But inside, you can see my blankets and stuff wrapped up, rolled up and around in there. My bucket there kind of keeps my tinder and things. Thanks, Kyle. I like it. I'm hoping it turns out well. Next weekend, I'm going to one of our local lakes to camp out with a buddy from Wichita, Kansas. But never know what I love camping in the wintertime a lot better than in the summertime, because fires are always more comfortable in the wintertime. But I want to move this out just a little bit. No bugs. Yeah, definitely. But let's see. I'm trying to explore this thing. I typically don't sleep on the ground all that much because I just love to hammock camp. But hammock camping in the wintertime can be kind of crazy, especially if you don't have a lot of money to wrap up in blankets and things, the under quilts and over quilts and things like that. But I'm trying to figure out the tick bed things, where you do a whole pile full of leaves. You like to roll the hammock up as a, let's see if I can see that again. What did you say here? I like to roll with a hammock as well. You got to make an underquilt. Yeah, I don't know where you're from, Kyle, but underquilts are really nice. I have invested in the Snug Pack underquilt and top quilt, top blanket. I think they're $50 or $60 a piece, which you're in Georgia. Okay. They in Georgia, I don't know how, does it get real cold down there in Georgia like that? Here, early fall, we could have 70-degree temperatures, or we could have temperatures that are down into the teens. And my son, I'm videoing. What's up, JJ? My son just asked, "What are you doing, Dad?" He heard me talking. It's 28 here. Oh, well, you guys get some cold temperatures too. The hot chocolate's done. He's saying my wife was making some hot chocolate for everybody today. Wow, the soot. I wonder if that's something that's going to come off. I don't know. Can you see the soot on the top of my collecting up here? It's from the pine. That I was using to flare up, get the fire cranked up. 28 degrees. That's pretty cold. Yesterday morning, you rarely get below zero. Here, it's not always the actual temperature that's real cold. December, January, highs will be in the 20s. Lows could get as low as the teens, into the sub-zero temperature. One of my friends, Lee, he's from northern Kansas. That's funny, Lee. No, I'm just testing things out. But I'm in the backyard out here, just seeing how things can go with a different setup for winter camping here. I don't know, it's not the most durable setup, I don't think. I'll try to make it better as time goes on. The fire's dying down. Let me throw something else, some more stuff on it. I like to keep a small fire. Well, this piece is too big here, but throw some sticks on here and see if I can get her fired back up so we can see each other. There we go. But it should get pretty cold tonight. We don't have any clouds temperature-wise. And summer times in Kansas, you can get upwards of the 105 degree, 110. Winter times, you can get actual temperatures in the single digits to lower. What, JJ? In a little bit. I'll see you later. In the summertime, in the winter times, but the wind chill. The wind is the killer in my part of the. Oh, you want to hear wind? Wind chills will get us down into the sub freezing temperatures from most of the year up here. We're flatlanders up in this area, and the breeze makes it so much colder. I checked the wind chill right now. I'm not sure if I get out of this program, I'm on my phone, so if I get out of this, I'll probably lose the live feed. I've been on here for 20 minutes. You guys have been hearing me talk. But I wonder if you guys can comment. Yeah, 40-mile-an-hour winds in winter in December is brutal. Typically around here, the wind is a constant, so things like plow point shelters and stuff like that are very critical if you're going to go camping and things. But I see there's 4 people on. I only know of Kyle and Lee. If you can let me know that make a comment, let me know that you're on. I'll say hi to you. Lee Ralph is one of my good friends up here in Kansas. He's one of my camping buddies. Uh, we're all part of the same Facebook groups and stuff. But and I also got Kyle here. Let me see if I can pull up your guys's. Plain old Chuck. Hi. It's nasty. The wind is nasty there in Ohio. I can imagine, because we're all out here in these plains. Um, Kyle, what part of Georgia is where you're from? I'm originally, when I was born in Atlanta. I've always wanted to get back to that area, but I've never been able to get back out to that area. Um, oh, what gear am I testing out? Well, um, tonight I'm using the canvas tarp. Um, okay, so you're northern Georgia. That's cool. Um, like I said, I've never, since I was 2 when I moved back here. So when when my mom moved back to Kansas, so I don't know. Okay, that kind of gives me an idea of where stuff's at. But for Lee's question, what I'm testing out is I've got the canvas drop cloth as a plow point, kind of break my wind. You'll see it fluctuating back there. Got a couple wool blankets, a tick bed of a sort, and then just you see my wool pullover that I made a couple years ago. Well, it was last year when I made it. Then I'm just doing a little bitty fire up here in the front, just to try to take the chill off. Next weekend, Luke and Luke the Apprentice, I believe, is his YouTube channel. I don't know that he's doing a whole lot of YouTube anymore, but he and I are going to go down to Cheney Lake here, which is a local reservoir. We're going to camp out, and I think I'm going to take this as my setup. I didn't get a chance to waterproof it. I don't think we're going to have that's going to be an issue. So I'm just enjoying the night out here. I think I'm going to try to sleep out here, but here in a few minutes I'm going to go inside and get the cup of coffee that Jaden, or a cup of hot chocolate that Jaden was wanting me to grab. Let's see. If you have a YouTube channel and are part of this, having a hard time. Okay, Chuck, I'm looking. Having a hard time finding a square tarp without emptying the bank account. Looking for a 12 by 12. Okay. I can't tell you where to get it, because that's the same type of a 12 by 12 oilskin tarp would be incredibly expensive. For me, all that I have here tonight is simply 9x12 painter's drop cloth. Um, Eventually, my plan would be to try to do either an oil or a. Um, I heard of a what was another friend of mine, Colin Preacher. He was telling me of a soybean oil and uh, painter mineral spirits or something that he's used in the past that's worked out pretty good to make it basically an oil skin tarp, basically a canvas of any type. If you treat it with some type of oil product that waterproofs it, makes it an oil skin. I can't say for sure, but this I bought a grommet kit, a this tarp, this drop cloth, and $110. Yeah, that would break my bank right now. Um, and some clothesline rope um, for $28, 26 dollars, and some change at Harbor Freight today. Um, I wanted to try it out. I wanted to try to do some things with this setup just to see if I liked it. Um, and so far, it's not doing bad. Let's get a shot of the fire there for a little bit. Um, but anything, um, any questions anybody would have about the type of stuff that I've been doing on YouTube, on Facebook. Um, I've only seen pure silicone and mineral spirits on nylon. Not sure about cotton. Yeah, that would be that would be kind of, yeah. Like I said, earlier. I said this is the testing grounds. Um, it's just my backyard. Um, I'm also getting texts from my coworkers. I sent them a picture earlier, so that if I get distracted, I'm reading either reading your guys' notes or things. What was the last thing that you guys were saying? Yeah, I enjoy getting out and testing it with a little commitment. Um, let's see. The silicone and mineral spirits is definitely good for nylon material because it's basically what you would have with a sil nylon. That's where they get that term. Sil nylon is a siliconized nylon fabric, and that is definitely a good waterproofing for that fabric. A lot of people that you see on YouTube, they have done on cotton, they'll do a combination of mineral spirits, um, boiled linseed oil, and it's basically rust, iron oxide. Okay, I just missed a comment. I use Chill Gorilla tarps and with my hammock. Works great, but colder weather can be a bear. You're right. Um, it's really cool that you're with my hammock setups. I have almost. um, let's see. What did you say? Plain old Chuck. Um, Stained with walnuts. Okay, I see that. Um, like I said today, this is just a random thing that I put together. I was like, I need to do something, so let's try this out. Um, Hammock setups. I have two Kelty tarps for hammocks. One is a 9 Kelty Noah 9 for my lighter weight setup, which is a 9x9 that's cat cut. I really enjoy that one for my lightweight setup. I think I was figuring out, I've got an E&O double, for my lightweight setup, I've got an E&O Sub 7, which is a 6.9 ounce hammock. I have the Guardian SL bug net, which is like 13 ounces. And then I have that tarp, which I've changed the Ridgeline to a Dyneema. And I believe with the stuff sack that I've got all that stuff in, including the we'll see the setup in January. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them coming up as well. They're going to come through here in, not in, I think it's April that they're planning on coming through here. Lee and I, well, Lee's the one that invited them down, and he graciously invited me to come and join with their little meetup up near Topeka area. I'm looking forward to that. I've got several campouts planned in January. I go up to Nebraska. We do, I get with a group up there called Nebraska Preppers. I'm not a prepper myself, but I do enjoy their company. And it's a good time to talk with people and learn different things, because not being a prepper doesn't mean that I can't. I love my hobo hammock in Rainfly. Not much in the cooler weather. Yeah. My heavier setup, which is what I use when I'm car camping, is an E&O double nest. And then I have a Kelty Noah's 12 tarp, which is a 12 by 12 sil nylon tarp. It's quite heavier. I don't have a bug net for that setup specifically. I haven't actually used it since I bought my bug net. So I'm not certain how that's going to work out. But I do use that more with the Snugpex stuff, with the underquilt and the top quilt. In past, I have used that as well in the cooler temperatures and I just, oh yeah, Flint and Steel is a lot of fun. Uh, I've taught a few classes around here. I teach whenever I get the opportunities to do that kind of stuff. I've taught through local youth groups, and then also some homeschooling groups, and then up near McPherson, there's a small outfitter that like a camping, hiking, what is this other things, climbing outfitter called Rendezvous Outdoor Adventures Outfitters. Anyhow, but they've had me come up and once a month teach a class on different outdoor skills. Using an old sleeping bag and some bungee cords, and it's not an underquilt. It works great though. I got a lot. Great bag. Well, when I started doing hammock camping, I started out with the MMS sleep system, and I would put that inside my hammock. And that was pretty good, except I'd still get cold in the middle of the night, and on my back. The rest of my body would be nice and warm. Then I found somebody that had yes, about 45 miles away from Flint Ridge. Yeah, It's kind of funny in Kansas here, the area that um, I'm in the sand hills in Kansas. So we have a lot of sand dunes and things like that. But just north of us is an area called north and west and east of us is called the Flint Hills. But it's kind of backwards thinking because the Flint Hills are actually mostly limestone. So they're not really flint by any means. Um, there are um, if you go back and you look at some of my videos and you saw the video on the video from um, the Elk River Trail, um, the series of pictures that I took there that I threw on, that I put together, that is down in the Flint Hills in southeast Kansas. Um, I do like putting this pine on here, but it is incredibly sooty. It fires up pretty well, but anyhow, so that's in the Flint Hills of Kansas. So we don't have a lot of actual flint. We have some chert that you see occasionally, and some quartz and other rocks and rivers. But the good chert and stuff like down in the south and down in Texas, I usually have to end up buying a box of rocks. Um, the first time I taught my flint and steel class, I don't know what I just did. Kyle, I didn't mean to hide you. I'm going to try to figure out what I just did. Um, oh, buddy, sorry. Um, I'm trying to figure out what I did. Okay, now I've hidden Lee Ralph. Sorry, guys. Well, we've been on here for about 40 minutes, and the fire's going crazy. And I'm sorry that I've hidden you. I'll try to figure it out later, how to unhide you. Um, so I'm going to say goodnight, and we'll see you sometime again.